Good morning, guys. Slept well. I don't know if you can see, but I'll give you a little panorama. We're in an amazing place in Idaho right now, one of my favorite places. We drove in last night on a nice dirty, dusty road. Got the last river spot. In fact, I was going to make some coffee, but why don't I give you a quick tour? You can see the mountain valley. It's really steep everywhere. And it's got these beautiful mountains. Sun's starting to come up. Here's my campsite. Just got the car with the Shady Boy awning. Obviously car camped last night. And I'll take you on a tour. You can see the dirt road coming in right here. And then right in camp, we got a fire pit. I don't use the fire pit. And we just got this trail where if you didn't know when you pulled up, you wouldn't know what's on the other side. But I know this area. And what's on the other side is absolutely spectacular. Charles is leading the way. We were really lucky. There's a lot of multi-use ATV, UTV trailers on this road, even though it's 30 miles back. And so we got the last spot. I'm hoping no one else pulls into this spot, but just about 200 feet from the campsite is one of the most beautiful creeks feeding one of the most beautiful rivers in Idaho, in my opinion. And you walk out and you get into this beautiful open valley. Hard to see on a fisheye lens how big these mountains really are. They just look like hills, but they're large. They're very large. In fact, you probably can't see on camera, but there's some snow up in there. And this beautiful creek. Absolutely gorgeous. And I've been to this campsite probably 10 years ago. One of my favorite things about this campsite, you can see as the river comes in how gorgeous it is. But one of the most beautiful things about this campsite is where that swirling water is right now. Right there. It's like 5 feet deep, maybe 4 feet deep, maybe 3 feet deep, but you could dive in right there, and it doesn't look like it, and it doesn't look amazing on this camera right now, but you can swim there, and that's awesome. I took Charles the dog swimming yesterday. He's not a good swimmer. He came to me later in life, and he's an amazing dog. He's had a really hard time on this trip. He's had a few dog skirmishes. He has not instigated any fights, but unfortunately when conflict arises, he will not back down. So had to go to the vet once. He's got probably 5 or 6 puncture holes in his ear. I'm trying to keep clean. He's got an infected bee sting on his foot. It's just ridiculous. I'm not sure how that ended up as part of the story, but he's really happy. I'm keeping him clean, and we're stoked to have this site. And I think the reason I brought that up is I've been teaching him how to swim. Somehow that hit my brain, but I'm teaching him how to swim. I found my old Labrador's life vest, and he's been swimming in this. So where my finger is on the back edge is all very deep. When I say very deep, 3 to 5 feet. So I've been teaching him how to swim yesterday, and it's been going well. So that's exciting. I'm also feeling excited because right as I'm talking, maybe it's giving a glare, but the sun is coming up. When the sun comes up, it just hits this whole valley, and you get this unbelievable lighting coming on to this creek. Maybe now you can see the snow almost peaking right there. It's just a touch of snow. I'd say last night was in the high 40s, so it was cold. Very warm in the day. Many times I've thought of scrambling this mountain, and I wish the camera could do it justice, but it's almost vertical. This section right here is damn near vertical. I think you can access it through this ridge line up there. Also down this road, if you take a different turn, you get into some other roads. There's actually a few private ranches, which is really bizarre. But you get into a part of Idaho that has the tallest alpine lakes in the state. On the other side of the highway that leads you into this road, you have some of the tallest mountains in Idaho, which those are very tall. But yeah, this road is magical. In fact, this road is so magical that before I hit the fork to come to this creek, actually river valley, you can stay on a dirt road and head all the way to Sun Valley, Idaho. I haven't actually taken that road. It's closed a lot of the year. But tomorrow's Friday, and I might actually end up doing that. I'm a little nervous that someone's going to come poach the site, because I have a big trailer pull-in site. And we all know people aren't super respectful, so nothing's worse than having a private campsite and then have people show up. So I'm going to go and we'll go walk the trail and make some coffee again. Or not again, we'll go make some coffee. Go, Charles. Go, Charles. There's Charles's life vest I was talking about, and just drying some things out in the sun. Got a tiny trash hang. This is the Shady Boy awning, if I didn't mention it. It's a hard-cased aluminum awning. I'm not actually that impressed. It kind of sags, and there's nothing you can do to support it. I was hoping it was going to be some really cool product. I think initially it's a Canadian-made product. And I think what it was really made for was putting on 2 Scamp trailers, super light fiberglass trailers that don't have a lot of mounting options. This is an amazing awning because it's super light and it's a hard shell, streamline, really small case. Getting off track, but that's what I have. You guy line it back to your wheel. It's doing great. It's just a little funky. I actually sold a 270-degree awning from my truck. I thought it was too big and overbuilt. I don't think it would clear my higher struts on my hatch unless I had a really tall bracket, which I don't have room for in my garage. So anyways, back to coffee making. My setup for this morning is pretty simple. I've got my MSR Reactor stove, which this is a radiant burner. So it's like a jet boil, in the sense that you put these 2 pieces together and you put them on this Isopro fuel can. Same as a jet boil, it's just kind of mountaineering on steroids. It's a lot more efficient. I only use it for boiling water. Sometimes I use it for like soup. And I'm just real basic. I've got a MSR. I don't think they make these anymore, but it's just a screen filter, and I got some ground coffee. Today's is this company. Don't know who it is, but that's what I have. And then I just drink it in my mug with my Weirded Beardy sticker and my Element Lifestyle sticker. Makes me happy. So that's what I'm gonna do.